Hey, today we are going to discuss about the different ways a Python loop could be interrupted or terminated using different statements such as break statement, continue statement, and pass statement. So what is the difference between them also, and how the loop gets interrupted or broken, we will get to know. With a simple example, we are taking a loop, a Python loop for example's sake, and this is going to be like, for example, for a number in a range of 10. So considering a loop where we are looping and iterating the numbers in a range of 10 with a condition, that means this condition is if the number equals 7. So the number value reaches a value of 7, then break. So that means the break statement means break the loop, terminate the loop, exit the loop. Yeah, and then print the number so that we'll get to know what are the numbers in the range that are printed out when the break statement is declared. And then after that, print out of loop. That is, the print out of loop is happening at the time, exact time when the number reaches the value of 7 as the condition given above. And before that, whatever numbers in the range, that will be in the print number console. So let's see what happens here. So range of 10, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when it's supposed to print 7, there it says out of loop. Why? Because the condition is met. When the condition is met, that is number equals 7, then it terminates the loop, exit the loop. So that's why at the value of 7, it doesn't print out 7. It says out of loop or end of the loop. So this is what happened when you use a break statement. If you want to if you want to exit and terminate the loop immediately when the condition is met, then you use the break statement. So this is how you can interrupt the program. Okay, next, in the same example, what we are going to do is we are going to use another statement, which is a continue statement in the same example. So everything remains the same, just replace the break with the term continue. It's easier this way, right? And then see the outcome that happens. So let's see the result. What numbers are printed out when you say continue, and what happens at what time it is interrupted. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Now here it's a different scenario. When the condition is met of number equals 7, it just exits the loop and then it continues to, after skipping number 7, it continues with the loop and goes on doing 8, 9, and then finally out of loop because it's finished the range. So there you see, here only that conditional number 7 will be missing from the range of numbers printed out. So this is what happens when you do the continue statement. So continue statement will force the program to skip out the rest of the iteration and it will proceed to the next one as shown here. Only when that condition, only that number is skipped. Okay, then let's do the pass statement. So let's see what happens. So pass statement is usually used when you don't want the program to do anything. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mean all the numbers are printed out which is inside the range. Because why? When you use the pass statement, you don't expect to do anything. You don't expect the program to interrupt the loop. Nothing happens. The pass is just doing nothing. It's just acting as a placeholder for future whatever code you want to place over there. So that's why the pass is non-responsive. It is just being used as a placeholder and doesn't interrupt the loop as in the case of break and the continue statement. So now I hope you have a clear idea of what's the difference between the break and the continue and the pass. So now we have seen what is the difference between the break, continue and pass. So just to summarize, a break statement will immediately terminate the current loop for a while and then it will immediately interrupt the loop and exit And as you've seen, when the number meets the condition of 7, it will terminate the loop, and the number 7 is not printed in that range. Yeah, so basically, break, continue, pass statements are control flow tools which are used to modify the execution of loops and code blocks. Then in the continue statement, what happens? It will skip that part of the current iteration of the loop, and it will move to the next iteration, and the loop will continue its execution from the beginning of the next iteration. For example, when the number 7 was mentioned as a condition, it will just skip the number. In the case of break, it will just terminate altogether. In the case of continue, it will just skip the number 7 from the result in the output, and it will go on to the next iteration, which is 8, 9 in that range. So it will resume it after skipping that particular conditional number that was given, for example, in this case. And in the case of pass statement, what is happening? It's a null operation, does nothing. It is just used as a placeholder, where a statement is syntactically required, but no action is desired. And it is only useful when defining some functions, some empty functions, or just like I said, for using as a placeholder for future code. So that's about it. So the main, usually the main usage is for break and continue, and people usually get confused between break and continue. And you've seen with a clear example the difference. So when you want to immediately break and exit the loop, terminate the loop, you use the break statement using the condition, so that immediately when the condition is met, it will terminate the loop, exit the loop, and it will not continue with the loop. And when you want to just temporarily just skip that part of the loop where the condition is met, use the continue. Like in this case, when the number value reaches 7, it will skip that part of the loop, and then it will resume the next iteration, that is 8, 9, etc., whatever is in the range, like in this case. So I hope you understood the difference. See you in the next with more Python tutorial for beginners. Subscribe, smash the subscribe button.